Hey guys, and welcome to Reorganizing My Lego Collection Part 1. So I want to do a series where I'm reorganizing how I sort my Lego collection when I build mocks. So my previous collection was sorted very poorly. I did it when I was in middle school, and I put some bandages on it, like getting those sorting systems over there to organize some parts a little bit more, as well as this little shelf right here with some bins for larger bulk parts. But still, it's very poorly. I didn't really have a good understanding of kind of how different parts were kind of organized and and the best way to do it. So I want to go back. I want to reorganize as much of it as possible for whenever I start my next build project. Also, before I started Umbara, I was really running low on space for parts. And now that I've bought so many more parts for Umbara, I will definitely not have enough space for all my pieces. So I thought it was a perfect time to reorganize my collection, get more sorting bins, and get a system that will really work and make sense in my head. So first thing I did, I bought these 3 new sorting bins from Amazon. Really, I love this. These bins. I have been wanting to get more. I didn't really have any room, so I'm using this table which I used for Umbara. Now I was going to use the table again for Malachor whenever I build that, but I think whenever that happens, I'm just gonna move these sorting systems, put them under the table, so I can still access them. Don't know where the sets are going to go. That's going to be tricky, but I'm going to need a space to build Malachor, so we'll see how that ends up turning out. I'll just kind of wing it. I still have Umbara which needs to be sorted, so I want to do figure out exactly how I'm going to sort it before I do sort it. I also have a few sets I want to part out, and of course I had to buy like 5 bins of bulk Lego, so I have to sort those as well. I'm going to more detail into that in a little bit. So my old sorting system, I use these massive bins right here. Basically I have bricks and slopes right here, and then we have plates and tiles right here, and they're sorted by color. So you have like light gray right here, dark gray, black, blue, and it goes down. Not the best way to sort your Lego. And I have just more specific, like we have plates, rounded plates and dishes in there, rounded bricks and cylinders, stuff like that. Now how I want to change it, I want to make it so exactly how Bricklink sorts all their pieces. That's just going to make the most sense in my head. Kind of get one consistent method of organization. So basically what I'm planning on doing, I'm going to probably take 4 of these to sort just grays, so light grays and dark grays, and exactly how Bricklink organizes it. And then I'll probably take this one as well to sort some of the grays. This one over here is going to be other parts. I'm going to probably completely redo what I have right here. So there's other colors I use often, but just like probably don't have as large of quantities as I do with like grays. And I'll probably organize those a little bit more, kind of how Bricklink organizes it. Still not exactly sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but that's kind of what I want to do. When it comes to these bins, I purchased some of these drawer organizers, and basically my plan is to put them in here like this one, and then basically organize some of my larger plates and bricks in these bins. So I'm still going to be making use of these bins, and they fit perfectly. I think that will be probably the best bet for further organizing these bins as well. So before I start organizing, I want to go more in depth into those bulk bins that I purchased. Okay, so sorry if the audio quality or the lighting isn't that great in here, but I did purchase these 2 bins and these 3 bins as well as this Lego set. I've never seen this before until now, Lego Masters Builder Academy. It looks complete. I might end up selling that, but I purchased it from a family member, and I kind of want to go into pros and cons of buying bulk Lego from somewhere that you may not be able to guarantee the quality. I saw some specific things that I really wanted to get. Specifically, there's a Shore Trooper in there. I love these Shore Troopers, man, and they're like $35 now, so I think that was a really good find. I do already have this Cassian, but he's like a $30 figure now, so that was also great. I've seen a lot of pieces for the 2008 ATTE and the General Grievous wheel bike from 2005. So a lot of really cool pieces in there, and just you can kind of see some various other stuff. And here's some TIE Fighter pieces. So that's kind of really why I wanted to get there, because I thought there was some really cool Star Wars stuff in here. Also, it's going to be really good for filler because I was running a little low on filler with Umbara, but you can see how I started organizing. There are also some pieces that I'm going to have to wash. Specifically, there's like a Shock Trooper torso from 2005, which was like just absolutely disgusting. I don't think I'm gonna be able to salvage it because there's a lot of like nicks and marks in it as well, so that might end up being garbage, which is unfortunate. But I didn't want to go into like the pros and cons, because obviously buying lots of bulk Lego, you can't guarantee the condition of it. You're going to have to wash some of the parts. So is it really worth the time and the money to do it? I personally really enjoy it because, you never know what you could find. You could find, like a short trooper, or you could find like a bunch of friend sets. So I don't know. You never know what you can find. So I always enjoy the hunt like that. But obviously it's going to take a lot of time. So this is something else I'm going to be working on in this series, is organizing all of this and hopefully building some of these sets that I found. So I'll probably go and wash some of this soon. I'll kind of go through the process of exactly how I'm going to do that. I think I might put this on hold. I might wash some of it soon, but I think I'm going to focus on getting all my light grays and dark grays sorted in those new bins that I bought. Okay, so I started messing around with exactly how I'm going to sort all the parts now. And I started with just basic plates and tiles in light bluish gray. So I just kind of gone along here. I have my 1x1 plates in light bluish gray, 1x2, 1x3, so on and so forth. And then it just goes into the tiles. So 1x1 tiles, 1x2 tiles. So that just goes all the way across. These are most of my tiles. Obviously, there's a lot still in Umbara that I need to part out. But it should kind of give me the basic start for when I'm taking apart Umbara. But obviously they won't all fit in these bins, which is why I have these stickers. So I created this kind of color code system. I made like a little index card with the stand as well. I think that's pretty neat. So I'll put that somewhere. Green is going to be in the tall drawers. If there's overflow, they're going to go into the tall drawers like this. So I messed around with how I'm going to use these drawer organizers. So first of all, these larger 2x plates that won't fit in these drawers exactly, I'm going to just keep in these tall drawers anyway. But if there are any extras, like these 2x8 plates in light bluish gray, which are not enough room in here, I have the green sticker right there, tells me the rest of them are in here. Then the orange sticker is for picker brick cups. So my 2x2 plates and 2x2 tiles. I don't have, those are all the ones I have right now, but there's a ton more in Umbara right now. So when I start sorting those and once those fill up, I'm going to be putting those in picker brick cups. So that's why I have those orange stickers there. The pink sticker, I'm not exactly sure yet. I think it might be these organizers. I might be using these. Or it might be something else. I'm not exactly too sure yet, but I have these just in case. So next, I kind of want to go and organize modified plates and modified tiles, and then move on to slopes and curved slopes and brackets. And I think that's probably where I'm going to stop, depending on how much space it takes up. I would love to get into Technic bricks as well. But we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to start getting work on that. All right, so after hours and hours of sorting, I finally got all of my light gray and dark gray pieces organized in all of these 5 bins right here. There are a few things. I got most of the stuff that I wanted to organize as I could with the limited space that I do have. I wasn't able to get to round bricks, round plates, as well as some hinges I wanted to organize, and I wanted to organize some bars, but unfortunately I just ran out of space and wasn't able to get to those categories of bricks. But I'll kind of take you through what I did get to. So starting off here, we have the light grays. This is a light gray one as well. And then half of this is light gray, half of this dark gray, dark gray, dark gray. So hopefully that should be enough. But we start off with the plates, with 1x1 plates, and then just moves on to 1x2, and that kind of goes down. Here we have 2x2 corner plates, 2x2, moves through all the 2x2s. We have 3x3s, And then we move on to tiles. So the exact same thing, just with tiles. So 1x1 tiles. And I'll just move through all of those. Then we move on to modified plates. So these are all my 1x1 modified plates in light gray. And then we move on to 1x2 modified plates. So we have one dedicated to jumper plates because I have a lot of those. We have modified plates with clips, 1x2 plates. 1x2 modified plates with bars. More modified 1x2 plates with bars. We have the 1x2 plates with the ball joints on the end. We have Technic ones. We have axles. We go into the 1x4 modified plates. One dedicated to these pieces. Then we have 1x8 modified plates. Move on to 2x2 modified plates. We have jumpers, Technic, ball joints, other various ones. We have one for 2x3. And then we go to 2x4s. And then 2x6s, 2x8s. And then we move on to modified tiles. So you can see all of those. And then we move into the slopes. So we have just a few of these smaller ones dedicated to slopes. Then we move on to curve slopes. That's because the rest of the slopes are going to be located over here. Obviously, we have a few modified plates and modified tiles in there, but then we have all the bulk slopes. I did want to have as many of them as possible in these smaller bins, but unfortunately I just ran out of space and I needed to just throw some bulk. So I wanted this to be a little further organized, but right now I just have all of my 1x slopes in light gray, and all my 2x and then larger slopes right there, taller slopes and larger slopes, and then we go into the inverted ones. So hopefully that will be organized enough. I wanted to organize it a little bit more, but I couldn't. Obviously we go into the curved slopes here, 1x1, 1x2, and then we move into this one. We continue the curved slopes. Then we go into the brackets. So we have the 1x1 brackets here, and then 1x2, and it just keeps going. I do have one thing of brackets over here. So we have these brackets right here, as well as some brackets over here. I do think I might switch these two, so like all these larger bins put over here and these larger bins over here. I think that might make a little bit more sense in terms of how it's built, but that can be for a second part. We move into the panels. So we have all the panels here, and then I did panels here. So these aren't all the panels that are in the panel section. I do have all the rest of the panels in the bin over there. But I ran out of room, so I couldn't organize any more of the light bluish gray panels, so I just used what I use the most, which are these ones. Then we move into the modified, then we move into the hinges. So we have all these hinges right here, more hinges, 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 hinges. Then we move into some Technic bricks. Again, with like the panels, these aren't all the Technic bricks that exist. I couldn't get all of the Technic, why are they? No, they are. Yeah. And then we have my Technic bricks right here. So 1x1 Technic bricks, 1x2 Technic bricks with the axle hole, 1x2 Technic bricks with the Technic pinhole. And then we have one dedicated to the ingot piece, just because I love using this ingot piece so much. So it's technically classified as a minifig accessory, but I just wanted to include that just by itself because I use it so much. And then we also have wedges. So this is all of my wedges in light blue gray. I don't have too many. Then we have wedge plates, which I have a lot more of. So different variations in sizes. And then we move on to modified bricks. This one I really wanted to organize more thoroughly, but again, I ran out of space. So we have one dedicated to 1x1 modified bricks with the stud on the side. Then 1x2, 1x4. And then we have masonry and these grill bricks. Then we have Technic modified bricks. Then we have these angled bricks right here, and all the rest of the modified bricks in there. So the dark gray is basically exactly the same. There are a few differences, a few parts that I had more of. a few parts I had less of, a few parts that just don't exist in light gray. It ended up being like a little different. So I had two empty spots over here where I ended up just putting the cabinet doors and these road signs, which I used a lot in Umbara, so I know I'm gonna have a lot of them. So it's good to have their own bin just to organize more, because I'm sure I'm gonna be using them in future projects. But that's everything that I'm gonna make done. So that's all the progress I'm gonna do for this part 1 of reorganizing my Lego collection. There are a few things I want to do in the part 2. I did run out of these bins, so I wasn't able to use them in the dark gray bins over here. Like I have them perfectly in the light gray ones, but dark gray is completely unorganized. So I need to do that. I want to reorganize this bin. I want to probably mostly put like plant life and greenery parts in here, and then kind of just completely reorganize that. I'm gonna go to Lowe's and see if I can find any more, possibly, I think I might go to Lowe's and see if I can find more bins. I know they apparently have these bins there. I previously ordered these on Amazon, but apparently they have them there for cheaper. So I'm going to take a look there and see maybe if we can get some more of those. And then the biggest thing is going to be sorting through Umbara, as well as that bulk Lego that I got, and going through my process with that. So that'll be a big project, but hopefully I can get that done quickly so I can start my next project. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.